Ending COLA raises for Social Security. What you need to know. I have all the details right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now in this video, I want to share with you an idea that is floating around out there right now, where they are now discussing ending the annual cost of living adjustment for millions of Social Security beneficiaries. I also want to discuss the logic behind such a dramatic decision, so if you have a few minutes, I would highly recommend sticking around through this video, but if not, I completely understand. But let's get into it and talk about what they're saying and what this means for millions of beneficiaries, as well as the likelihood of something like this actually happening. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want more like it, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually happening and how it may impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything popping up we can possibly grab and or take advantage of as low income or fixed income beneficiaries. So again, thanks so much for watching. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. That's my dedication and my promise to you and everybody here in the community. And as always, I'm sticking to it. All right, thank you so much. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so. And let's get into it and talk about this idea where they are now floating, which is out there saying, let's cancel and end the annual cost of living adjustment. Now, why would they want to do something like that? That's a head scratcher, which I think we all want to better understand. And again, I will also point out the likelihood, in my opinion, as far as what is the likelihood of something like this actually happening. All right, so let's discuss why they would come up with this idea and what would actually be the logic behind this. Well, first off, is there any logic behind this at all? I think that's the first question we need to understand, though. Is this even a logical approach? The simple answer could probably be not really, right? I don't think this would be a very logical approach, but again, I will get into my opinion here in just a couple minutes. But let's talk about the whole idea behind this. So we've been hearing a ton about this whole Social Security insolvency issue for a very long time now, right? In fact, Congress is losing their mind about this thing. They're coming up with all these different proposals and packages and all these different ideas as far as how they can change Social Security. They can increase solvency for many more years. They can increase benefits and a whole variety of other things that they want to do. So this is just another one that we can add to the pile of their different ideas that they're coming up with as far as pushing out insolvency in Social Security. So I know we've talked about a ton of those other ideas in separate videos, but let's talk about this one really quickly. So they're looking at all these different ideas as far as what can we do to save money with Social Security? Can we raise taxes? Can we push out the goalposts, as in the full retirement age, which they're likely probably going to be doing? But again, we can talk about that in a separate video. They're talking about all kinds of other things as well, as including like canceling the ability to claim benefits prior to full retirement age. Again, the list goes on and on. Well, here's another one that they're saying. They're coming out and suggesting, but wait, we're actually adding billions upon billions of dollars going out of the Social Security Trust Fund every single year because of just the annual cost of living adjustment, the COLA raises. As a result of that, they're wondering, but wait, can we just cancel this in its entirety? And then as a result of that, this would save us all of these billions of dollars each and every year that would not be going out of the trust fund. Now, here's the thing. When we look at the whole picture, right? So as of some reports that were recently released, we can see that the Social Security Trust Fund has about $2.8 trillion within it. Well, as a result of the COLA, now don't get me wrong, the COLA this year alone in 2023, yes, I'm recording this video in 2023, the COLA was 8.7%. So they're looking at the COLA from this year, right? Now, the deal is, this is the biggest COLA that we've seen since 1981. Again, I've talked about that before in other videos. The biggest COLA we've seen in, what is that, 42 years, right? So it's been a very, very long time. So they're looking at the details of the COLA and the impact this year, 8.7% to the trust fund, and thinking, this is costing Social Security billions and billions of dollars every single month. But is that the case every single year? No, not even close. When was the last time we got an 8.7% COLA? Well, I just said it. In 1981 was the last time we got something even relatively close. Even last year, 5.9%. That was the biggest COLA we had seen at that point in many, many, many years, okay? So generally, COLAs are not this big. Maybe 1%, maybe 1.5%, maybe 2%, and maybe in the rare year, maybe 3%, because it is pegged off of inflation. So they're looking at the details this year alone and saying, oh wow, look at all the billions of dollars going out of Social Security just because of the COLA. We should cancel it. Really? Is this really going to be the solution? So this is the whole purpose behind it. They're trying to cut down on the COLA to save a couple $1 billion in Social Security. Now, here's the thing. This is not a solution. Have you ever heard the saying, stepping over dollars to pick up pennies? That's literally what they're doing here, okay? This is not going to solve any problem. Okay, fine. Does it push out insolvency for like 2 days or something? Maybe, but that's probably about it, okay? This whole solution would not be a very good one at all, okay? All right, so now that you kind of better understand the whole idea behind this, let me throw out my opinions here. Let me throw out the details as far as what I truly think about this. Is this a great idea? Is this something that is feasible? And what is the likelihood of something happening like this? All right, so first up, do I think this is a great idea? No, it's a terrible idea. Why would they do this? It's going to do virtually nothing for the Social Security Trust Fund. Maybe, like I said, push out insolvency for maybe a little bit, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month, depending over the next 10 years or so between now and insolvency. Maybe we get a couple extra months out of it. That's about it, okay? It's not going to do much, okay? Is this a feasible approach? Well, it depends how you look at it. I guess if you want to save Social Security a couple $1 billion over the next 10 years, then fine. I guess this could be a feasible situation. But in my honest opinion, I don't think this is a feasible approach. Again, stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. It makes no logical sense to do something like this, in my opinion. However, now let's talk about what is the likelihood of something like this actually happening. Well, I want to say this much. I have no clue what Congress is going to do. That's, again, why I'm watching all this stuff closely and why I'm bringing you all these updates as far as everything that they're floating out there and the ideas that are hitting the wire, like some of those that we've talked about in previous videos. There's a lot of different things that are out there floating around right now as far as what they can do to change Social Security. I've said this before in other videos, and I'm going to say it again really quickly. All of these crazy ideas that we continue to see out there, the likelihood of any of these happening is very, very rare. What they're going to do, because they do this every single time, because they literally have no ability to be creative and no idea how to actually change Social Security, they're going to do the same old thing they do every single time. They're going to push out the goalposts, called the full retirement age, and they're also going to raise taxes. These are the two things that they consistently do because they literally don't have a clue on what they're doing. So they just say, hey, let's just raise taxes because that's what Congress loves to do, is raise taxes. And then they also are going to push out the full retirement age, which is pretty much, I don't want to say a guarantee, but the likelihood of them pushing out the full retirement age probably to about the age of 70 is very, very high, okay? So these are the things that they're going to do with all of these other ideas like canceling the COLA. I mean, seriously, Social Security beneficiaries, fixed income beneficiaries, which, by the way, this encompasses about 70 million people. We look forward to these COLA raises. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of us every year look at the COLA and we think, oh, great, SNAP benefits will be reduced, other utility assistance will be reduced, internet assistance will be reduced. All of these other things that people get as a fixed income beneficiary probably get reduced to some capacity because of the COLA and your income, technically going up, right, by their standards. Well, as a result of that, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, right? We look at the COLA, we love it because we're going to get more money, but then we hate it because we think, oh, now they're going to take all their benefits away. And in some instances, these benefits are now taxable as well because it's pushed you into a category where now your benefits are taxable, right? So that's the whole situation with the COLA. But seriously, would it really be beneficial for them to take away this little, say, 1%, 2%, maybe 3%, and in the rare instance, something above 3% away from beneficiaries? The one thing that Social Security beneficiaries have something to look forward to each and every year, as far as the benefit goes, a little raise. Again, I don't really foresee this happening, okay? But again, I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put anything past Congress right now because when they're in this situation and they don't know what they're doing, which, do they really ever know what they're doing? Do they ever come up with a reasonable approach to virtually anything? Well, probably not really, right? We've all seen the things coming out of Congress, right? They're like big mutations of, something that could have been done a lot better and a lot more efficiently. But in this situation, we need to understand that this is something that could potentially happen. I don't think it has a very high likelihood of happening, but at the same time, I don't want to put it past them, okay? That's why I'm just simply saying I don't know what Congress is going to do until they actually get it done, but I just don't foresee this being a reasonable approach. If they actually run the numbers on this thing, taking out this year and last year, because let's be real, this year, 2023, and last year, 2022, with the 5.9% COLA raise last year and the 8.7% COLA raise this year, are outliers. These are not the standards, okay? These are not average annual cost of living adjustments. These are not averages. Generally, the average is probably around anywhere between about 1% and 3%, maybe. There's some years that are zero. There's some years that are 0.3%, right? We've seen this before. Very, very low. So would it really save money over the long term? Not really. I mean, obviously, it's going to save a little bit, but is this really what they're going for? Are they going for the little minnows in the pond, or are they going for the big old, the big carp floating around the bottom? You know what I mean? Are they going for the big one, the big 20-pounder, or are they going for the little minnows swimming around in a little school, right? At this point, the COLA would be, not really going for the big wins, but rather it would be going for the little stuff. I mean, seriously, it's not going to do a whole lot as far as saving the trust fund and insolvency. If they would just do something actionable, and if they actually made necessary steps on this thing, they could actually make meaningful progress, not cutting the COLA. Make sense? Anyway, I want to bring this to you. Another crazy idea floating around out there. But again, I want to bring you all these details because we got to keep an eye on all of these things coming out right now, because we honestly don't know what Congress is going to do yet. They have a lot of ideas. There's a lot of proposals. There's a lot of plans. But until we get something written and a lot of voting going on in Congress, we don't know what it's going to be. It could be a combination of any of these. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three, it could be five. It could be any combination of them, or it could be nothing. Congress could do absolutely nothing for the next, 7, 8, 9 years until we're right up to the brink of insolvency, which I wouldn't put that past them either. So either way, I want to keep you posted so we can all stay on the same page here and understand what is actually going on and how it may impact our monthly benefits. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands upon thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and